Hey, good morning, guys. How are you? Hey, Victoria.
Hey,
I am Lana Riley, and I am with Exit Strategy Realty.
I'm Victoria Garay, also with Exit Strategy Realty in Chicago.
Hey, so guys, I heard a rumor that it's going to be warm today, and if it's anything over like 62, we get excited. But I heard it's about to be like 75 or 80. So please be careful today out there. We know the city gets a little rambunctious when we get a
Yeah.
little excited on our next first warm day of spring, and it's April, right? We're in April, spring, and
Yes,
it's just
yes.
now warm.
Yes. So try to get out and enjoy it because, just because we have a nice day today does not mean it's going to be warm tomorrow. We know how that works. So hopefully you get out and get some fresh air. I know I will try. I mean, I have appointments and things and showings, but between those appointments, I'll try to enjoy it.
Yes, and this begins the prom send-offs around America, right? I'm going to be driving down every street of the city, showing a house, and going to a prom send-off. So uh, we'll be out in these streets today.
Yes, yes.
But guys, it's exciting. Before you go out in the streets, you want to make sure that you watch this show because we are having something on that barely anybody is talking about it because nobody knows about it because no one understands it. So we have solar on today. Solar information with David T from Soleil. And it's going to be on a little bit later, but you guys don't want to miss it.
Yes, yeah. So stay with us and just try to give it a listen because even if you have no interest in solar or you have no knowledge of it, I mean, it may spark that interest, right? Because just like at one point we had no knowledge about it and we were kind of like, okay, that's something that they do over there. We weren't interested in it. But it's like,
Right?
oh, once you hear about it and you get a few little like tidbits of information, it makes it way more interesting. And then you see how it applies to your life and how it isn't as weird and complicated as we may think it is.
Absolutely. But we would not be here today if it was not for James Hampton of the Home Loan Expert and his team. They are great, awesome, and they have so many programs. We can't even go through them all, but you can always inbox us and we can connect you guys right away.
Yes, yes, love working with that team. I mean, everything, just the professionalism and just how knowledgeable they are about everything, and they keep you updated, the communication. So definitely a great team to work with.
Yes. And so, guys, we have a pick of the week that's a little different today. Um, New construction. I'm just going to say that because during COVID, that was an area that we had to like not do. It was not a thing during COVID. They weren't even giving those loans out, and now it's back. I've talked to a few people this week, new buyers. Hey guys, you can go on and find me on Calendly. Did I say it right, Victoria?
We'll just go with it. I
Calendly.
think so. I think so.
Okay. And you can make an appointment with me if you just want to talk. Look, okay, I'm new and innovative. Okay, so but this new construction is a place that you don't have to compete. And that's what I had new buyers talk to me about. They just don't really want to do the competing of 20 people going for the same home, prices going way above. They want to be able to just say, this is my price point. and this is where I'm willing to go by putting in new cabinets, different cabinets, picking my own flooring, um, you know, designing it to the what I want. And so there, these loans are available again. So we are going to see the beginning of a new construction. I am in Country Club Hills at a new construction development by G&G Builders. There are two holes in the ground that you guys can see here, and those are two homes that are being started, and then there will be two additional homes that go back here where you can see that go to the fence. This is going to be a cul-de-sac area, and we'll have additional two homes. So in this area there'll be four. Beyond that fence where all those trees are is going to be an additional 12 homes built. You can also see that this looks like there's no basement, but there is. It's 4 feet down, and then there'll be 4 feet above, which is a day basement. So the basements will have glass or window around the bottom. Um, if you all are interested in these, you can inbox us. Victoria, did you hear there was birds in the background?
I did. It was so relaxing.
Yeah,
That
I
made
was
me
standing in
happy.
mud though. I want to let you know I was standing in mud when I
You
did that,
were
okay?
you were
Yeah.
in nature. It was nice. It was
Yeah,
okay.
my Uggs with rhinestones.
Now, oh, you see, we always bring the wrong shoes. It's we know those not for cute shoes, not that day.
I did
I,
not realize I did not realize that the site was not made for a diva. Did not realize it.
we have to remember to start putting those rain boots and things in the car.
Yes, it's that time, and they were
Yeah.
not there. I went to the back of the car in the mud first to try to find them. They were not there. So, yeah, it's time to get them back in the car. But yeah, it was a very peaceful. It's at the end of the street. There's no other houses there. I mean, there will be beyond that fence. There will be
Hmm.
12 more, but it goes into a cul-de-sac at the end. So it's not like through traffic. Those examples that we saw, those are going to be 5 bed, 3 bath.
Okay, so if you're someone who can use your imagination and kind of think of what could be, it may be a good, option for you. Like you said, it does take away that element of the competition and driving the prices up. But we also know that new construction has its own set of challenges, right?
Yes.
Regular challenges, and then those that have kind of been increased because of the pandemic, the other issues that the pandemic has brought us. So we're not saying it's going to be the most, easy, seamless thing to do, but it's an option, right? It takes away that competition and driving the prices up, but and it's a different option, and we can walk you through that. We can let you know what some of the pros and cons are, or what some of the struggles may be. But in the end, you'll have your home that you helped to design, that you may be able to have some finishing touches on, or that you may be able to assist. And so that's always awesome.
Yes. Like what Victoria was talking about, we have a new construction actually in the city right now. Townhome, way beautiful. Gonna have a rooftop. No, I'm sorry. You can see the lake from from the top floor, not a roof. Um, Amazing location, Bronzeville. Um, However, I think we were supposed to close in what, November?
October, November, yeah.
October, November. We haven't closed yet. It's April. So those things, there's been so many different things on back order, which is because they made theirs more uh, for them. So there was special things that they wanted that weren't already ordered with like in the other units. So that did add some time, but they were willing to wait to be able to get what they wanted to make it their own. I don't know if they realized it would be this many months, but it's been a little bit of a challenge. You also always have unpredictable dates when you're working with contractors, right? You just don't know if they get busy on another job. They
Hmm.
don't care about you. I don't know. They don't like you. Maybe you get put on the bottom. I don't know what the reasons are, but they have to take that time into consideration. So if you have to be out of somewhere, you always have to think of a plan.
Yes, and even the weather comes into play.
Yes.
So, like she said, think of a plan. Sometimes people will have somewhere temporary that they can stay or rent or something like that because they really do want to wait for that new construction. Or even sometimes our regular places are not, closing exactly when they're supposed to close, right?
That's
So,
true.
so we always will kind of discuss that with you, depending on what your needs are and what you're looking at. We kind of discuss that timeline and how it may be adjusted.
Yes, and those homes, he said May, I think end of May, those two holes that we saw on the ground are going to be ready end of May. And those are going to be the two models. One is going to have white shaker cabinets. The other one was going to have gray, I believe, shaker. So they're doing two options so people can see the two different options. They are not doing hardwood. They're doing the vinyl planks. And I believe the basement is having the porcelain plates, if I'm right. Don't quote me on
Okay.
that. But there are some options that you can change that. He's been in the business over 30 years. So, also, if anybody needs contractors, contact us because he has a crew. And he's the only person that I have heard tell us that has availability to help people with regular jobs.
That's
We
good to
might shut
hear.
down the internet.
That is good to hear, especially now. That's so difficult to get anyone out. So,
And it's not because they're not good, because he's clearly good. He just said he has that many people on because he has so many homes that they are working on. And then they have some people for the other type of work that already have homes but need work.
okay.
So that was a great connection, and we are able to help guys. But we don't want to hold you back from what you might find out today and get educated. And you guys got to learn that there is so many savings, and you got to open your mind to a different mindset that ComEd does not always have to be in our pocket. That's what you just had to think. Like they don't have to stay there. They condition us to think that, but it's not like you don't have to have them. You have choices. So we have David here today that we are going to bring on, and he is going to talk to us about some of these great questions that you guys might want to know. So if you have questions out there, please, please put them down below.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. Thank you for inviting me on your show. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. We are excited. You are the first and the only solar people we have had on so far. So we're excited to hear from you. Um, let's just start out with one question that we may not have talked about, but what is just a misconception that you hear a lot from people about solar?
The biggest misconception about solar that I hear quite a bit is the fact that solar is a new technology. It's not. That solar's been around for over 50 years, right? We've sent people in outer space with our rocket ships, and they already had solar panels on them, right? So this is not new technology. Even the White House back in the 70s used to actually have solar panels on it as well, right? Now, the efficiency of the panels has obviously changed, just like everything else does with technology. And that's what we actually are trying to promote today as in the solar warriors. That's how I like to call myself, because we
Oh,
are in the solar industry. We're trying to change the world literally one solar panel at a time. And the efficiency of the solar panels, plus all these incentives that are available from the government, are there to actually boost up the solar production so we can stop finally polluting our air. And this way we can live a better life and have a better future for our children.
yes. So, what are some of those benefits, would you say?
So great question. So every state is different. Obviously, you ladies are in Illinois, in Illinois right now. In Illinois, there is a current benefit that is called renewable energy certificates. Okay, those are RECs. That's what they should stand for is short. Basically, for every 1,000 kilowatt hours that your system will be producing, you will receive one of these renewable energy certificates. And each one of those certificates is worth about $72 a piece. And what the state of Illinois does is they actually did a block program. So this way, you don't have to wait for every one of those certificates to be produced by your system in order to be able to obtain the money. And you will actually get the whole 15 years worth of those certificates money paid to you upfront. And that helps you pay for the solar system. as well as, of course, there's another benefit, which is the 26% federal ITC tax credit that is currently available. And obviously, if everybody does their taxes, at least I hope they do, right? And that also helps pay for almost a third of a system right off the bat as well. So a lot of times when I have a new client on board, and the main savings that they get as far as to see it from day one, they usually save up to 40% off of their current electric bill. So for an example, a typical ComEd customer that's paying about $100 a month will probably pay about $60 to $70 a month instead for a solar system that they get to own instead of just renting electricity, right? And once that solar system is actually paid off, guess what? Now they don't have to pay for that electricity anymore. And now they get to utilize their solar.
That's awesome.
Yes, ma'am. I am very excited about this. One of the main questions that I get asked quite a bit, right? And I actually ask this question from a lot of my clients as well, too, is what is the main reasons why somebody would want to go solar, right? And the main three things that I hear all the time is, first off, it's got to make economical sense, right? Because financially, I got to be saving money. Everybody loves to save money. I love saving money too. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
Right.
If you're not saving money, there is something wrong, right?
Yes.
Then the second thing that a lot of people like to go solar for is because the environment, right? And that's exactly what I'm really passionate about, is because, we definitely have to make that change in the world, because with all the air pollution that we've been putting out there in this industrial world, it's actually has been destroying our world and our economy itself also. And our health has been particularly fragmented by these aspects of things. And that's kind of a scary situation when it comes to that. And the last but not least is control. Because right now, we don't really have much control over what we pay for the electricity itself, right? If the prices go up, we just have to live with it, and we just have to continue to pay for it. We also have no control over where that electricity is coming from, whether it's from coal, natural gas, or nuclear power. And we also have been in a variable rate, never-ending contract with our utility, right? And we didn't even have a choice. We're literally paying them to be a customer, right? And that's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the utility companies are the bad guys here. They're not. They've been doing a wonderful job for us for over 100 years, providing electricity to our homes, right? But there is a better option here, right? Where we can actually pay for something tangible that we get to own. Once that solar system is paid for, guess what? You don't have to keep buying that electricity. You will finally gain control over what you're actually paying for, right? And then, of course, you will obviously have control over where that electricity is coming from, which is from the sun, which is hitting your solar system and then bringing that electricity right to your house, right? It's super simple. And of course, when it comes to the agreement itself, some people buy the systems outright cash. Some people do need a little bit of help with financing. And our company does help financing itself for the solar systems to make solar super affordable. So this way, anybody can actually get a solar system installed on their home, and they can take advantage of the incentives to help them pay for the system. So this way they can actually start utilizing the electricity that is produced by the solar system.
Okay, so for the people out there like me that just kind of like trying to get all of this in, because I've heard it a few times and I still try to get my brain to make it work in there. But what I'm thinking is, what the G&G builders, they were actually talking about possibly starting solar in their development, or maybe they have started. I have to check that. But they were saying that the thing that's big for them is that ComEd, as one person, there's different people, but they will, that variable that you're talking about, right, can increase as it does. But that if you're doing solar, then it like is the same amount for an X amount of time until you pay your system off. Is that correct?
That's correct. So as long as you're financing the system in this case, right? Because if you're paying a cash outright, then at that point you don't have a bill, period, right? When it comes to paying for the solar system. But if you are financing the system, we do offer financing options where, and our most popular right now is the 0.99% fixed rate for the 20 years itself. So for the next 20 years, right, this client can literally pay a little bit less than what they're paying right now, and they're guaranteed to pay the same price for the next 20 years. Right. That's something that we would never be able to do with the utility. Right. It constantly goes up and down. Let's think about last year for a second. Right. Remember how the gas prices used to be about $1.85. Right. Don't you wish you would have bought like a whole gas station for yourself and just continue to get that same exact price, right? That's
Don't get me
basically
started. I'm over here stuck in the house because we can't go nowhere because it's too dang expensive.
well, that's exactly what we're doing here, right? We're
Right.
actually guaranteeing that you're gonna get to own your own gas station, but in this point, it's almost like a power plant that you actually get to operate, get to have in your own house, right? And the
Mhm.
price is going to be locked in, so this way you don't have to worry about the rate increases, and you know the system is going to work for you because we'll also provide you with the warranties to make sure that the system will continuously work for you throughout the whole 20 years and past that.
That was a great example, great way to put it. I think that put
Yeah.
it on perspective for all of us. Like, wait, I get it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's real.
And I just got a inbox because they're too embarrassed to ask, which I asked the same thing. So the viewer that's watching, you don't have to be embarrassed about it. She said, "Are they putting holes in your roof so that she has to worry about water coming in to the house?"
Great question. And I always say that there is no silly questions. So anybody that's watching us right now, feel free to please ask. This is what I'm here for. I'm always happy to help in any way I possibly can. So to answer your question with the short answer, it's a yes, right? We do put a hole in your roof itself, but it's not like we don't cover it up, right? We do have materials that are specially made for the solar system installations. So we actually put 3 layers of protection on there, one of them being this metal plate that actually goes underneath the shingle itself. Then, of course, there is the 30-year sealant that we put in on the bolt itself that we drill into the thrusts. And of course, we apply that into the penetration hole before we even start drilling. So that's our second layer of protection. And the third layer of protection, we also have these little rubber tips with the metal coverings on them that go over the bolt itself to make sure to prevent it from any outside weather conditions as well, right? So essentially, no leaks will happen. Now, to give our clients a big peace of mind, right, and to let them know that they are going to be in a great hands, we do actually warranty your home and your roof from any kind of leaks or any damage that a system may cause. Okay, so you are going to be completely covered when it comes to that. If God forbid something like that happens, right? Because we are a business, we are essentially going to make sure that we go do our jobs right the first time, so we don't have to send anybody out there to actually fix this issue.
That's good information too. Okay, well, we got a lot in this little brief session today, guys, but we are going to spill the tea. Well, we're going to let David leave, but we will spill the tea how you will be able to still come in contact with David and more of the team at Soleil um, soon. So we will let him go back to his solar work, and then we will finish this show.
Thank you,
Thank
ladies,
you
for
for,
having me.
yeah,
Thank
thank you
you
for
so
joining
much.
us. Bye. That was
That was
great.
awesome.
Yeah, I feel like every time I talk to them, anytime I inquire about solar, it's like you get more and more knowledge and it gets way more interesting. So,
Yeah, and it's like, it makes so much sense that I just don't know why we're not all doing it, but it's just like I'm a little slow to the roll, but we're here now. We're here now for this
right.
information. But I've seen solar since, I'm not saying how old I am because everyone knows I'll never tell y'all, but
Since
I've
when,
seen it.
Lana? Since
It's
when? How old were you and what year was it?
it's got to have been at least 25 years, at least,
At least
that I've
25
seen
years?
solar.
And how old were you 25 years ago?
About 20, about one. I was one.
Okay, you over here with the calculator.
I think I was 5. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, I think that I've seen them, and I thought it was weirdos. I'm not gonna lie. I thought weirdos were in there, like they were like aliens or something in their house. But
Yeah,
because I
unfortunately,
was 5, I didn't get it.
I think when you're the first to do things, a lot of times you do get that like weirdo label, and then the world comes around like, oh, that is actually kind of cool. It makes sense. So that's the risk of being the first to do things, I think, sometimes.
And those people are probably paying like $18 in their
Oh, right.
electricity right now.
They probably haven't paid for
Right?
like,
They're probably like rich because they did that. Okay. Well, guys, so the tea today is that we have so many events coming up that we're spilling our own tea because we are
yeah.
tea girls. And we have our cups today.
Oh, I have mine. I have mine.
Oh, you have yours? Yes. So we have big events coming up, and one is with Soleil, the COO Terry will be in town from Maryland. Their base is in Maryland, but they also work here. And Dave, that you just met, is here. The COO will be coming in May. Correct me if I'm wrong. Third and fourth.
Yes.
Correct? Yes.
I think,
Third and fourth, you guys have seen events on our page. If you are a consumer, please come out and support the store that we're going to be at 67 West Chicago Avenue. That's Clark Street and Chicago Avenue, called Agriculture.
yes.
Great store. It's geared towards men, boutique, tailor, custom suits.
You're getting there. Yes, it's a
Okay,
beautiful location. But men and women come out. Women, you may want to see something for a man in your life, but they do have some items for us too that me and Lana were eyeing last time we were there.
absolutely.
But it is,
Absolutely.
yeah, it is focused towards men, but it's a beautiful place. And we definitely want to support them, get to know them, and it'll be a great networking event.
Yes. So it's going to be, and even if you're not planning to buy solar today, that's not it. We're going to have lenders in the building. We're going to have insurance. Country Financial will be in the building. Um, just come out and network and meet us in person if you would like. Um, and then agents, just agents, if you happen to be watching this, we're going to have him in a lunch and learn for you guys in South Loop on the 4th. So 2 days of solar information. He also did offer that if people really want to talk to him and you can't come to either of the times, he can try to find some time to stop by some places. Um, if you guys let us know, though, we have to plan for that. And then our other one, if you are our past client, we have a secret shopping hour or special shopping VIP hour.
Yes.
What day is that, Victoria?
That is April 30th. It's a Saturday. So if you are like one of our past clients or on our VIP lists, you will be hearing from us with those details. So it'll be super, I don't know, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a great time and just be able to connect with each other in person. And we'll also have some little secret sales and gifts that will be given away that day.
Oh, I did not know about that. Now I'm even a little more excited to make sure I'm on time. It is in Northbrook. So you got to get up a little early. And I don't want to hear complaints because you're getting specials. And I don't want to hear complaints about coming to downtown with us because we all go downtown and we all find a parking spot. And he did tell us that it happens to be that spots open up at 4 o'clock in the
Yeah,
area.
so she's talking about the event at Agriculture. So please just pay attention to the signage because there are like the signs where you can park after 4 p.m., I believe,
Yes.
or you can't park between 4 and 6 or something like that on different streets, right? So we want you to come, plan ahead, get down there early, leave early, so we're not saying we can't make it because of traffic, right? And then just read the signs, right? There's parking garages very close by that are walking distance. There's street parking, meter parking, but just we don't want anyone getting in trouble. Me and Lana have our
Right.
own share of parking tickets that we don't want
Let's talk
anyone
about
needs
it.
to deal with.
I'm gonna be in an orange jumpsuit and I'm gonna have orange like pasted all over my car. My car is orange and I'm gonna be in an orange jumpsuit because it's tax time. Okay, two things that irritate me. Okay, guys,
Yeah.
just
So
let's
we're just
not
saying,
claim it.
yeah,
Let's not
let's
claim it. But
so yeah, let's plan ahead. Try to get places early. Like she said, some of the places may be either far for you or at locations where there's no parking, but it's difficult, right? When we try to do a centralized location like downtown, then we have the parking issue. When we get to
yes,
Northbrook, there won't be a parking issue, but if you're not close to that area, it's gonna be a little further. We try to
right.
work different places around the city and do different events in different places to make it convenient for everybody, but we know we can't win everything. We can't do it all
Yeah,
right.
and the event is 5:30 to 7:30, so you guys can come straight from work. There will be some wine and cheese and some goodies. So come, let's see each other. We're gonna have to say goodbye, and we will see you soon. Please inbox us
Bye.
for any additional information. Bye bye.
See you next
Wait,
time.
wait. Victoria, where is everyone going? Is everyone leaving?
Yes, Lana. The show's over.
But wait, I have more to say. Is my mic still on? Can they hear me? What if they have more questions?
Well, they can always contact us.
How? How will they reach us after this show?
If you have any questions, our contact information is on the screen. Otherwise, we'll see you again in a couple weeks.